Hello, my name is Lavandra Thomas.
I'm Imani Taylor,
I'm Emily Cheek.
And I'm Asitu Bangara.
and we're doing our project on self-esteem and depression, dealing with colorism in the African American community. So, growing up as a female with dark skin was like one of the toughest parts of my life. And I say this because I would be teased all the time about being too dark, which made me feel like, I wasn't pretty enough. And not only would I be teased, but I would look on television and not see anyone like me. And if I did see someone like me, they were portrayed in a negative way. So, because of that experience, I used to do things like go home and fill my tub with bleach water and hoping to become lighter because I felt that would be the only way that I would be considered pretty. And in addition to, being talked about by students, people around my age, I will also get on social media and see things like every dark-skinned girl is ugly, which had 93 shares, which means a lot of people felt the same way as that one tweet. And I fell in that category of being dark-skinned, so that really weighed on my self-esteem. And then I will also see things like light-skinned girls are winning, and a lot of retweets were stemmed off of that as well. So the question goes to what is colorism and how does it affect self-esteem? So colorism is a form of prejudice or discrimination in which people are treated differently based on the social meanings attached to skin color.
So the issue that we're facing is that young African American females are being made to feel lesser and not equal to other African American females, all because of their skin complexion, whether they're lighter skin or darker skin. And it's a problem that is being elevated due to social media, because people are able to share facts like light-skinned girls are winning or dark-skinned girls are ugly. And if you're not only hearing it in a classroom or at home, you're seeing it on your social media devices. And as millennials, we spend a lot of time on that. So that is just being putting their heads over and over and over again.
And another issue would stem from the history of colorism, which dates back to the slavery times where, light skin was considered better and they would be allowed in the big house while people of darker complexions had to, build their own houses or sleep in the little sheds outside and work in the fields. So the problem is, how can we overcome what has been kind of implanted in all of us from, back in the slavery days?
So to start our information and for this project, we started by looking online and databases to find scholarly writers and other different forms of reviews that help our project. And we found one that touched many of us and that brought it especially to like my eyes was Oprah Winfrey's Dark Girls versus Light Girls documentary. I knew it was sort of an issue, I guess, growing up, but I never really saw it as anything much until I actually sat down and I watched that documentary. And that's one of the things that brought it close to my heart and made me want to do a project on it. There was a scene where there was a little girl and she had darker skin complexion and she was playing with a doll, and she chose a lighter doll over a darker skinned doll. And when they asked her why she picked that doll, she talked about how it was prettier and how she wished she looked like that.
Okay, the research questions that we had was number 1, how was colorism and self-esteem addressed within the African American community? 2, how is women's beauty portrayed in the African American community? And how does it affect their self-esteem? Lastly, is social media a major contributing factor towards why light skin versus dark skin still exists in the African American community?
So our methodology is we have 3, and one is research shows gender differences in response to the importance of skin to physical attractiveness starts in childhood. Girls as young as 6 are twice as likely as boys to be sensitive to the social importance of skin color. And last, in a study of facial features, skin color and attractiveness, unattractive women are seen as having a darker skin tone than attractive women. The lighter women were more successful in their love lives and careers. And with that being said, usually on TV, you would usually see like the light-skinned women usually have like the luxury cars, the better jobs, they always have the like perfect love life, and then in other like movies and stuff like that, you have the dark-skinned women that are like struggling, and they have all these kids, and they're always portrayed as like they have to make ends meet and stuff like that. So that's kind of an example as to what they're talking about, how light-skinned women always kind of are always successful.
And to go on with hers about talking about social media movies, for example, Tyler Perry's Diary of a Mad Black Woman. The main character was married to a darker skinned female who loved him. They started the law firm together. He moved his way up. She was there from the beginning. She did nothing but care about this man. And then it shows her in the movie with her stuff outside, everything getting all moved out, for a lighter skinned woman who was beautiful and came in and took her spot like she was never there. In the movie, the character gets sick and hurt, and the lady Helen, who is that of a darker skin, comes back, and while she's scorned and upset, she takes care of him. But the lighter skinned woman, the beautiful girl he chose over his darker skinned wife, leaves immediately. As soon as things get tough, she walks.
Okay, discussions that we had. The first thing is, are people aware of colorism in social media, and how does it affect self-esteem?
So we conducted a survey on NCCU campus, and we surveyed about 50 women, and we had about 15 different questions, and we went around and told them to fill it out, and we had different questions. We're about to pull up the answers that we have. So some of the questions that we had asked, the main question was, do you know what colorism is? And 67.4% of the women answered that they did know what colorism was. Another one is, colorism is a form of prejudice or discrimination in which people are treated differently based on social media, attached to skin color. Do you think this issue still exists? And this, I believe, was the highest response that we got. 97.7% of the women said that this issue still exists. So this shows that this is still an issue in society, and we need to overcome this.
We went on to ask, has your self-esteem been affected by this issue? And we were outstanded by the response that 58.1% of females that took this said that colorism has affected their self-esteem. Then we went around to ask if they were ever affected on it. They answered in that, what age? And a lot of them said that they were affected the biggest in their adolescence, which was 13 to 17 years old. So it's hitting them right at the time of them moving on and going, and they're like starting to like really look at like themselves and pinpoint things that's wrong.
Yeah.
So, and then to have like not only you're not knowing quite who you are as a person, but your skin being something that you can't change, that being something that tears you down.
Yes, really. Okay, so another question was, what shade do you consider yourself? We had a good amount of people to say different things. Okay, so 44.2% said they consider themselves being brown skinned, 41.9% said they consider themselves dark skinned, and then 14% consider themselves as being white skinned. Another question was, have you ever wanted to be a different shade? Surprisingly, 62.8% said no, but 37.2% said yes.
And another question that we asked was, do you think the media played a role in your answer to question 6? And that we found that 53.5% said yes, 32.6% said no, and only 14% said maybe. Then we went to ask, do you think that the media favors a specific shade more than the other when classifying one as beautiful? More than half, which was 88.4% of the people we asked, said that yes, it favors light-skinned women more. 9.3% says no, the media doesn't favor a specific shade more than the other. And
a little amount. It didn't even have a percentage say that it favored dark-skinned women more, which proves that, in social media, a lot of light-skinned women are portrayed in a more positive way. Okay, so the other question would be, do you think a certain shade is portrayed in a negative way than the other through the media? Okay, so 86% said yes, dark-skinned women are portrayed more in a negative way than light-skinned women. 11.6 people said that no, the media doesn't portray any shade in a more negative way. But the rest of the percentage said that yes, light-skinned women are portrayed in more of a negative way than dark-skinned women.
Has your self-esteem ever been affected by colorism? That's one of the questions that we asked, and we came to find out that
96.5% say yes, while 46.5% say no. So that kind of skewed our information a little, but by looking at the way they're affected in social media, the way that they say that it has affected them as a child, and the way that they see light and dark-skinned women portrayed in social media leads us to believe that our first thoughts are still correct.
Okay, so future direction for our research, we want to do colorism and how it affects people and self-esteem. We would do more surveys on HBCU campuses, but also on PWI to get hands-on understanding about the issues the students that may face, the colorism issues. And also on PWIs, we want to be able to teach them and give them a better understanding of what colorism is and why they should be aware of what it is.
We have concluded that the majority of our HBCU students are aware
And have experienced colorism throughout their life, whether it's from being picked on as a child, watching TV and seeing
the woman of their skin color depicted as lesser than someone of a lighter skin complexion, or vice versa, and how social media has reiterated this back in our lives by showing likes and retweets of lighter versus dark-skinned women.
Thank you for listening to our presentation.
We hope the information that we presented was informing.
Thank you.